Hello gardening friends. Today I am super excited to bring you a tour of my best fig trees. It is July 19th and it looks like the JH Adriatic and Celeste fig are going to be my best producers this year. So let's get down to the garden and let's get to it today on organic gardening in North Carolina. Okay, here we are starting at the lower side of my garden. This is a tree that I really don't know the exact name of it. It's probably a Celeste, but I got it from someone that said that they got the fig tree from someone who got it straight from, I believe it was Lebanon or the Holy Land somewhere. So I'm not sure exactly what it is, and I pruned this thing back really heavy last year because I haven't gotten very many figs from it. But it does have figs on it this year. In fact, I don't think I've eaten a fig from this tree. But we are having a wonderful year for figs here in North Carolina Zone 7B. I think it's a combination of having great season and a combination of my trees are just getting to be a little bit older. This is tree is probably 4, maybe even 5 years old. So there's figs all over it. And looks like I'm gonna be able to try some figs on it this year. It is, I think I forgot to mention, it is July the 19th. So we're ending the period of time here where my figs are gonna have time to ripen. This tree is doing very well. So let's go ahead and get to our next tree. Here we go. Let me get the name tag on this one, because this one I did grow from a fig pop 3 years ago. It is a yellowed Lebanese from CNY Figgery. All right, and this one I think I've eaten maybe 1 or 2 figs off of it, but it does have quite a few figs on it this year. Seems like it's doing very well. Look at that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then some more little ones that are forming up on that one branch. There's another branch over here too. It's got some figs on it. They're doing really well. So I am excited about that. Let's get ahead and get to the next one. This is a yellow long neck that I got from Harvey. I think I may have gotten 1 or 2 figs off of this last year. And it looks like it's not being super prolific this year, but it did grow a lot. And it does have some figs on it. See, there's a nice looking one. Get that to focus. It does have a few figs on it. So it looks like I'm gonna get some figs from this year as well. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to our next tree. All right, this tree is a tiger panache, and I haven't gotten any figs from this tree. This year it did grow quite a bit. Seems like it's been a very slow grower and a slow tree to get fruit from. I don't even see any figs trying to form here yet. It's not in the way here, so I'll probably go ahead and let it grow. It could be that this fig is just not a great fig for my climate here. I am in Zone 7B, North Carolina, so it could be a little cold for it, or it is just a slow developing fig. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it grow. We'll see what happens next year. All right, let's get to our next tree. This tree is the star of the show for my garden. This is an JH Adriatic, and there are actually 2 in here. And I did prune it back quite a bit, but it is taken over this whole area. It's amazing how much this thing has grown. Look at all the figs on there. These guys are doing really good. I did get a lot of figs off this tree last year, and this year it is loaded. They are a nice berry type of fig, and They have a great taste, and I love them. It looks like I'm going to be able to make some jam this year because I don't think I'm going to be able to eat all these. Looking forward to them ripening up very, very soon. All right, let's get to the next one. This is a cutting that I got this year from Nicole, or I think it's Nicole in Italy, and a fig pop that I put in the ground right here, and it grew up. And this is called a Deanna fig. And I don't know that this is a great fig for my climate, but my daughter's name is Deanna, so we had to try it. Actually, this is like the third try I've had for getting this thing started, because one year I put it out too early and it froze, and the next year I don't remember what happened. So yeah, this is like my third year for trying to get it started, but third time's a charm, right? I have this one, and then on my next tree I'll show you a graft that is growing of Deanna. Right, let's get to that tree. This tree is also an unknown fig, and I haven't gotten a whole lot of figs off of this tree either. I think I got 2 or 3 figs off of it last year. So I did cut it way back, and there are figs forming on it, but they are very small, and I don't know that I will get figs on this tree this year. And like I said, we're nearing the end of our season where we're not going to have a chance to have these things get ripe in the heat. So the good thing about this tree is, this is my Deanna fig that I grafted onto the rootstock down here. So I am excited that I have the Deanna fig growing on this rootstock. This is definitely a vigorous growing rootstock. I may trim it back even more next year to give it another try to see if I'll get some figs on it. But I don't recall even eating any figs off of this tree as well. This year has been a wonderful year for our figs. Weather conditions have been right, and my trees have probably been older. I'm looking forward to seeing this Deanna take off next year, see what it tastes like. It's actually a big fig, and it has a nice yellow color to it. All right, so let's get over to my last fig tree that I'm going to show you today. This tree is also an unknown. I got it from a customer where I was working one day, either from a fig pop, or I think this did have a little bit of a root on it when I planted it, probably 4 or 5 years ago. But this tree may rival my JH Adriatic in production this year. This tree is also the tree that I showed you last fall in my pruning video, where I pruned it back. Let me give you a shot farther away on this tree, because it is a beautiful tree. But it is being super prolific this year. Look at all the figs on this. I started counting figs a month or so ago, and there were over, I think it was over 100. And I'm sure there's a lot more than that now. There's probably more than 200. I was counting like 15 figs on every branch. There's just figs all over the place on this. And I have eaten figs off of this tree. It has a wonderful taste. So I'm super, super excited about this fig tree. Did I say? I'm thinking it's probably a Celeste, even though I did get it from the guy that said he got it from his buddy and they brought it straight over from Lebanon. So I am super, super excited about this tree too. This one's in my front yard. It has more sunlight and more growing space here than the ones in the rest of my garden. So those are some of my favorite figs. It is a wonderful year for growing figs this year. I'm going to go ahead and put my fig playlist up here in this corner for you, so you can click on it. And over here, I'll give you a video that YouTube says that you will like. I'll give you a few seconds to pick those videos. I will see you again real soon. Have a blessed day.
When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite figs, and then I don't feel so bad.